Well, hello, SMB Nation. Harry Brailsford coming to you from an undisclosed location, a hacker house in Seattle, Washington. But don't let that fool you. We're here to talk to one of our community members, Jack Smith, and what he's doing in the social area. And I want to kind of set the table. When I go to a website, so Jack will introduce himself in just a second. But when I go to any website, I always go to About Us. I always go to other drop downs. In the case of Jack's company over here at Initial.IT, and I might have gotten that wrong, we'll let Jack correct me, but they have a link for social awareness. So that's what I do when I go to a site, About Us, other interesting links that kind of show the spirit and the character of what this entity is, who the people are. So Jack, with that easy handoff, go ahead and introduce yourself. Let's first talk about your business model. Then we're going to talk about your link on your site at initialit.net and at social awareness, the top link. Go ahead, sir.
All right. Well, good morning, Harry. Thanks for having me. Yeah, my name is Jack Smith, and my company is Initial.IT. We're an MSP out of Denver, Colorado. Been doing this for about 20 years now. We focus on the architectural engineering and contractor vertical.
Yep.
And we, this year we decided to launch this as social initiative.
And Jack, that's a follow-up to you and I are both cyclists, and
Yep.
a couple of years ago you did, I'm going to say, the tour of Colorado and raised money. Give me 30 seconds on that, then let's talk about your current initiatives.
So in the past, yeah, I've always been inclined to raise money and help others and do what I can do on a personal level. And so we raised money for St. Baldrick's. That's a childhood cancer research foundation. Basically, you shave your head, which is why mine is shaved. I enjoyed it so much, I keep doing it. Over the years, we've raised over $11,000 for that organization. And then in 2016, I did a week-long riding event here in Colorado, Ride the Rockies. And I turned what was a personal, riding event into a charity ride and raised a little over $6,000 for St. Baldrick's and for Special Olympics of Colorado.
No, that's excellent. So let's talk about. I'm on your page about the social awareness and the causes. You have four of them. Housed, working, and healthy. Go.
So House Working and Healthy is a organization, it's a nonprofit organization that basically provides a path to self-sufficiency. Currently, we're doing all their IT work for them. We partnered with Dell and we're able to get Dell to donate 10 PCs for them. Right now, we're just waiting for them to find a building to set up shop in, and then off we go.
All right, Megan's wish. Go.
So Megan's wish I found in my local Starbucks on the bulletin board. There was a card on the wall. And this woman basically gathers clothing and items and toiletries for foster children to give to them in their first 24 hours of placement.
Man, you're doing some good work. Okay, sustainability recycling. This one's interesting to me, but tell me about them, then I'm going to ask you a question.
Yeah, this one is something that we will be partnered with for a long time. As an IT provider, we sell computers and equipment and we bring it into the environment, and we feel we have a responsibility to take it out of the environment as well. And this particular group is a for-profit group, although they pretty much operate in the red, as I'm told. But they don't recycle, do the actual recycling, but they do the tear down of all the stuff and the sorting of all the copper and the metals and so forth, and hand that off to a national recycler. But the key thing about them that I like the most is that the majority of their workforce, 85% of their workforce, is intellectual developmentally disabled. And so I had a chance to meet with them and meet with some of these people, and they are amazing people. They have something to do every day. They love contributing, and it's just a great organization.
Cool. Yeah, and the reason this one was interesting to me is a year ago I had the great opportunity to declutter the old family home on Bainbridge Island, and I had built up a career of hardware, software, right? I mean, it was in cables and
Yep.
Jack, it was all that. And the on Bainbridge Island, where the house was, they basically could go to the landfill, and the landfill had a covered four sides covered with a roof, area to drop your printer, your desktop, your laptop. And I had talked to a couple of people on Bainbridge Island, a gentleman that owned the storefront. In fact, when you and I rode the Chili Hilly a few years
Mm-hmm.
ago after an SMB Nation Fall Conference, we would have gone by Bainbridge Technology Services. I would have pointed that out to you, a storefront.
Mm-hmm.
He's since changed his business model. Not surprisingly, he's now no longer has a store and does consulting. And I don't fault someone for that. And retail's a little rugged. But here's what he told me, because I said, well, hey, do you want my Ford Ranger full of stuff? Are you still in the game? And he said, no, man, I'm not in the game. He said, take it to the landfill and put it in the covered area. And he said they do a really good job of what you're describing here. Basically, the breakdown of what's usable, what's not, and then pass it along. So it
Mm-hmm.
sounds a little bit familiar, and I'm just glad to see that. He didn't tell me to just go to a cul-de-sac where homes are being constructed and dump it in a dumpster.
Right. Right. Yeah, that
So
happens.
yeah. Well, the Sopranos on HBO a generation ago had that kind of behavior.
Right. Right.
Finally, Jack, the Dolores Project. What's going on? And I understand you have a future date with them to do some cooking.
Yeah, so the Dolores Project, they just moved into the new building, built here in Metro Denver, and they are a shelter and services for transgender and women homeless people to help them get out of being homeless. It's a very interesting organization, and they have a beautiful kitchen in this new facility. And so me and my team are going to be set up for at least 3 times this year, if not more. We have to plan, shop, cook, serve, and then of course eat with the residents, which I'm looking forward to the last one the most. So that's a great organization as well.
No, absolutely. Well, appreciate your time. I know it's a working day, and you're still right at the keyboard doing the work. Jack, next time we talk to you, it'll probably be when I'm in Denver, Colorado. As you'll recall, I went to the University of Denver. I was
Yep.
born in Denver over at Porter Hospital on Downing Street, but probably more importantly, my wife's family is essentially in Denver. So I'll see you live. In fact, maybe what we can do for our next installment is maybe we can go to one of these locations
Yeah, that would be
and
fantastic.
shoot from there. But appreciate you adding on to your core business mission. I hope it serves you well with the social awareness. Thank you.
All righty. Thank you, Harry.